All right, so welcome. This is Focus on Liberia Television. My name is Prince Moba, and this afternoon we're here with Mrs. Shasha Eunice Gayflor, a Liberian citizen and an entrepreneur who have come to speak with us in this exclusive interview. Once again, my name is Prince Moba. And let me say good afternoon and welcome to Focus on Liberia.
Thank you, Mr. Prince Moba.
All right, so for the benefit of the viewers, could you just do a road over who is Mrs. Shasha Eunice Gayflor?
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Shasha Eunice Gayflor, a Liberian from Bon County, Kipere by tribe. Grew up in South Africa, went to school in Zambia where I obtained a BSc in Economics and Management. And I have a business currently running in Liberia, Eunice Enterprise / Kashako Incorporation.
All right, so how's the business doing?
Currently it's quite challenging due to the economic crisis that we are faced with.
All right, so for the purpose of this interview, I mean, I'm told you involved in setting goodwill gesture to the Liberian National Police. To be specific, you are not taking a uniform project according to the information to be given to the Liberian National Police free of charge.
Yeah.
Charge, rather. How true is that information?
Yeah, the information is factual and it's true. There is a communication that we brought to the Liberian National Police to seek their attention and the cooperation to be able to work on the project. The project is quite free of charge, and the information or the communication was sent to the Liberian National Police, which was on the 1st of August. And we have gone through some exchange of cooperation, and which I received a communication from them as well, which was signed by the logistic. They gave the description of their uniform, the color, and that of the sample too as well. We have it, and we have been communicating with the factories in China who are producing those uniforms. It's actually the entire police force in Liberia and a total of 4,900 manpower of police. And we'll be supplying them uniforms, boots, shoes, I mean just everything pertaining the outfit or the attire of a police officer.
So let's get something here straight. Are you doing this absolutely free of charge?
It's actually 100% free of charge. The government has nothing to pay us, and the Liberian National Police has nothing to pay us. It's free of charge. Let me just come in a little bit why I came about with this project. This should have been done in 2019. Before the breakout of COVID-19, when I came from China in November, and I was supposed to go back in December. I'm sorry that I didn't bring my passport with me, which I could have shown you my passport that I was supposed to retain on a visa, and it got expired due to the breakout of COVID-19. Something happened, it was just on a coincidence, in 2019 where I received my guest from Singapore, and we were somehow embarrassed by our Liberian police, especially those ones who are on the street. They are not neatly attired as they should be as traffic police to be able to represent the country. So I know what my colleagues said in a car. They asked me a lot of questions why our police are like this and other things. And just imagine, it was something like they wore different color of a uniform, the blue. The other one was kind of like dark blue. The other one was kind of like fade up with brown shoes. So which raised to my concern that they were not neatly attired to be able to represent the country and also to be identified as traffic police. So since that time, which was in 2019, it actually started bothering me a lot. And I have friends outside Liberia from Zambia, South Africa, and Russia because I speak languages from those countries. So it's like we have been communicating sometimes the challenges that we face with. And you know, technology has advanced, and everything currently is like once something happens in a country, it pops up on Facebook, which is where everybody will see it. So those colleagues of mine have been kind of like asking me what's unfolding in my country, where we have the traffic police harassing drivers without any identification to know which one is the traffic police and other things. So I raised this concern and other things, and I thought it wise that we could be a help. Because I can remember there was once upon a time where the president said that you who say that I don't know anything, and you people are educated, you people can join me, whether you are in the opposition, whether you are a Liberian, non-Liberian, a civilian, and other things. So it has been like kind of like playing on me. And I have a colleague of mine that we are working together on the project currently. He should have been here by the name of Gayflo, but unfortunately he has some issues. That's why he didn't turn up to be here. We have been like struggling to see how best we can be help to the Liberian National Police due to the low budget. I had a meeting with Patrick Sudi, which is the IG, the General Inspector, and they asked me to have it written as a communication, and of which I did on August 1st. And on Thursday, I think it was on the 4th or the 5th, we had a meeting. He and 101 and other colleagues at the Central Police Station. And they embraced the idea, and since August 1st up to present, we have been working together where they gave me the samples, they gave me the description of the uniform. We have contacted the factories from China, and we have been sending mail currently, and by next month ending, I should be traveling to those factories. It has actually been challenging, and I also did some recommendation to have a description of uniform, that from the traffic police, the patrol police, and those police who are in the office. Because currently it's like, for me, if you could ask me, how do the Liberian National Traffic Police or patrol police look like by identification per uniform, I wouldn't tell you anything, because they all wear the same thing. So when we had a meeting, I did some recommendation to where the traffic police, perhaps their uniform could have some description on it, that they are traffic police and other things, and of which we went in a meeting. They also embraced the idea. But you know, the challenge is everywhere. We are saying that we have financial problems and other things, and we all know what's unfolding. But as a Liberian citizen and as a concerned citizen, my colleagues and I, in and out of Liberia, we have actually been working tirelessly on this project. Even last night, we left working until 3 o'clock this morning, because due to the time different interval between China and Liberia, so it's like we have to keep our work to be able to communicate with those people from the factories. So it's like from last night up to present, I haven't slept, because they have been sending invoices on those things that we have pressed and order. We want to do this from now to December, latest January, looking at the manufacture time and the shipping time. So we actually want to do this between now, December, and January, the latest, so that we can be able to submit these things to the Liberian National Police. It's actually free of charge. Not from me, I'm not the one who's facilitating this, but it's highly being facilitated by my colleagues from outside.
So I would like you to elaborate on the aspect of the facilitation a little bit further. I'm sure this will be costly. I'm also sure that this will require huge investment.
Sure.
What is the interest that colleagues from outside Liberia will just agree to invest huge amount of US dollars to have a nice outfit for the police officer in Liberia? What is responsible for such?
Okay, as an individual, because I'm like speaking on their behalf, and of which I know when doing a presentation of those uniforms, they'll be here in Liberia. And what actually prompted them is that I went to school there, especially in South Africa and Zambia, and I speak those major languages from there, especially Mr. Christopher Kashta. He was here in Liberia in 2005, even though I was very much smaller at the time, but we met here, and he was so much excited to see a Liberian who speaks his language. And Mrs. Naomi Piri Zulu, she was also here as a UN peacekeeper. And they were both training of trainers to the Liberian National Police. They trained most of them at Police Academy. And I was with them during that time, more fluent and other things. So when these things started sparking up and tried to seek the interest of my country, and I've been going there, went to school there, and those guys from Russia, because I speak a little bit of Russian, even though I try to forget, but I'm still fluent in it. I've been talking with them and other things. So when I came about with this project, they asked me, I'm sorry that I didn't bring the communication that I had sent to them. They asked me if I could have a draft to see how best they can be a help. Not only them, I have other business friends too as well, in Zambia, in Kenya as well. And so it's something like I've just been lobbying around to see how best this can be able to work up. I could take that phone as a young woman. I need a very expensive car. I need to flash it up and other things. But I feel like my kind gesture to this and lobby around out there to be able to help the government, it will also have a great impact on me in terms of being recognized tomorrow that, oh, it's because of Mrs. Gayflor this happened, and of which the Liberian National Police have actually embraced the idea.
So how much are we talking about when you approximately the cost to that?
Yeah, approximately it's between 500 to 600,000 US dollars, and that's the estimate of that project, because you're talking about the whole entire police in Liberia.
Do you know the total police officers?
4,950 personnel as police.
For now.
For now.
Are you prepared to go beyond that number if there be any enrollment?
Yes. For me, if there would be anybody who wish to, like maybe they want to come in as a help to be able to enlarge the number or the quantity of those uniforms, I would be very much happy, because we want to see the changes. Just imagine, you found out that we have police on the street who wear uniforms with different colors, and it shouldn't be, because I will tell you, my brother, that we are vulnerable. When it comes to security, we are vulnerable. Because I could also buy a uniform anywhere or just grab it anywhere and wear it and be identified as a policewoman.
So would this uniform have features or something that is only that it cannot easily be duplicated, or that you can identify it bad? Is there any security feature?
Yes, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
That's what I want to do. This is the reason why I want to go. I think maybe I'll spend 1 month or 2 months in China, because it's something that I want to modify up to standard, more than those things that we have been having. Because if you check the attire of our police officer, they don't actually represent the country. And if you ask most of them, they will tell you that, my sister, we just have to wear anything that looks like a Liberian National Police to be able to perform our duties. I have a link with some security. Most often, like at night, we drive around 10, 11 o'clock in the night. Do you know that it has been a week now? You don't have a checkpoint. You can drive from red line to town without any checkpoint. And if you ask most of them, they will tell you, due to the low budget. Due to the low budget, the envelope is very small. So as a Liberian, I raise this concern. Can we be a help? I don't have to work in the government. I don't have to have a compensation from President Weir. No. But this is my home. We are traveling outside the country, trading in and out. What can we do to help the country? See our police. In the total number I'm giving you, you're talking about 4,950 manpower, including the PSU, including the ERU.
You think that is enough for country like Liberia?
It's not enough, but that's where we are. Okay, just go for there, okay? In case of any country invade Liberia, I mean, we'll just have to surrender because we are nowhere. I know some other countries. You know, I've been in the security sector. I know other countries where they have 15,000 police. And you're talking about a huge number of AFL. But I did my own research because I don't want to start right here with the police. I want to extend to the AFL. And from my own observation and from what I was told, we have less than 4,000 AFL currently in Liberia.
How dangerous is that?
I mean, we are vulnerable. This is the reason why I want to emphasize on security. We are vulnerable.
All right. So another thing that one could like to know is the sustainability aspect of the type of uniform you're going to bring. What happens if this one or those one that will be brought but you went away? How do we maintain the standards? Yes,
Mr. Moloba, this is the reason why I say I don't want this to be the beginning and the end. Okay. This is why I'm calling on those, you know, other people may have the vision, but they don't know how to go about it. Before I got here, I know how we struggle to face these channels to reach to this route. You know, Liberia, I know the channels we went through even to be able to get those, these description and samples of the Liberian National Police and other things. And I just don't want to, have it sent to the factories in China. I want to go there so that we can be able to modify them. But it should be able to carry the Liberian National Police, the seal, the symbol, the uniform, everything. It should be, but at least we should have a description there where Liberian National Traffic Police will be identified by any driver. I've seen a police jacking up a driver for a lesson. When he's being given a lesson, he's asking for something undercover. We are degrading ourselves, of which I take to consideration that it's because of the law envelope. If those people were taken care of, I don't think they could be doing that. We are actually vulnerable. In my country, I will tell you, I have traveled in Europe, I have traveled in Asia, I have traveled in Africa. I speak languages out there that even if I speak right here, you'll be lost. And other people do ask me, are you a Liberian? Are you sure? I say, yes, I am. I was 2 years of age when I left Liberia. I have a young mother, I have a young father, and so, it's just like I just have the passion. And this is what I want to see. And I'm working towards that to make sure that this is done, that tomorrow I will be recognized. I don't have to do it because of payback, no. It's a kind gesture, and I can assure you that once we are through with the first set, maybe another 6 months or 8 months or 10 months, we'll make sure that we have another consignment so that we can be able to proceed from there instead of going back to where we are. Because currently, if you check, you find that the Liberian National Police, we have varieties of uniform. You have the dark blue, the light blue, you have the black. And I ask all those questions as Central Police. So if we can have at least a specific uniform that is being identified by our security, it's our own safety. And one of the things I want to speak about with all the countries that I've traveled to is that Liberia has only been the only country that police live outside the barrack. And of which I know that police are supposed to be barricaded. They are not supposed to even live in a single room with the civilians. They are vulnerable. In case of anything spark up, the life of that policeman and the children will be at risk.
All right. So as we transition to the second talking point, because we're going to be talking on three things as well presented.
Sure.
So two more questions on the issue of the police uniform and other that. Liberia is a country that, people who have the mind to develop are not embraced.
Sure.
People who have the mind to do the right thing are sometimes bullied.
Yeah.
Everything is politicized.
Yeah, sure.
Have you any worry tomorrow if maybe politicians just get on you that you're trying to undermine S, Y, and Z? Will you be willing to withstand any repercussion
Mr. Moloba, for me, I'm the kind of person that I'm not afraid of fire. I'm not afraid of hot water. I know Liberians, how we talk things, how we take things. I'm not afraid of hot water. I'm not afraid of fire. Fire was made by you and I. And water was being cooked by you and I, or boiled by you and I. So I'm not afraid of it. When the fire comes, I will heat myself up to the fire. When the hot water comes, I will bath myself with that hot water. I'm not afraid. I'm not trying to undermine anybody here. The last time the president said it, which is few years ago, and I said that this should have been done since 2019, but due to the break of COVID-19 and the restriction movement, it has to slow down. Even the president, he come up that I want to undermine him. George Manewia, I will challenge him. I will actually challenge him because we all have to work together. We have to share ideas.
Have you heard, any message from the presidents, maybe the inter-circle as to what you are about to embark on? Is it been welcome?
It hasn't reached to the president. And perhaps maybe
probably he's watching this video probably.
Yeah, it could be, but it hasn't reached to them. The only people whom it has reached to is the Liberian National Police, which is the IG and 101, and who saw in the whole building there. They have gotten to know me because of this project, because I have been back and forth to make sure that I have all these necessary requirements that are needed to be able to provide those uniforms.
Finally, as we transition to the next talking point.
Yeah.
When you're having a conversation with people, conversations just as these,
right,
there's something we call body language, or maybe the way they embrace your idea. How was it looking at when you visited the police headquarters? Those who the in higher position, the hierarchy of the police, were they actually pleased with your project, or just only cosmetic from their faces?
Yeah, they were actually impressed with the idea, and they also wanted to know where I'm coming from, because they admitted that in a Liberian history, this will be the very first time for a citizen or a Liberian coming up with this project, free will, and without taking any money and other things. It's the very first time in history of Liberia. And they were also happy. I also interacted with the HR, which is Mr. Biago. I interacted with him. He even said, "You girl, you are strong." And I was like, "But we have to fight together. I'm a young girl. I'll need maybe 60, 70, 80, 100,000 cap. And I'll need all the freshen up things." And just imagine, because of this project, I haven't even been paying attention to my business, because this has been my target. After doing this, I believe that more will be done. I don't have to wait for President George Weah or the Liberia Senate or the representative to sign a budget for the police before they can be able to have uniforms. When we as citizens, we can lobby around. We don't have to wait for that. Not only the Liberian National Police, and just imagine, I have a vision and I want to do it, but I will speak it out. I wanted to surprise them. Liberia Parliament has been the only parliament where I've seen, in a parliament, they are using a microphone from one person's hand to the other. I will show you in my phone. I have already engaged for microphones. I don't know how to call them, the one that installed on a desk. For each lawmaker, I don't know how many they are, but I put in for...
It's 103 in total.
Okay, I put in for 150 pieces. I'll show it to you right here.
You did that on your own?
I did that on my own. Why are you not taking all of those initiatives? I'm taking the initiative because I want to make them shame. I want to make them shame.
The lawmakers.
The lawmakers, those monies that are being given for district project and other things, we don't see anything.
Are you so not frustrated?
Very much frustrated. I will tell you this for sure. Listen, if I had my own will, I don't have to work before the president or the Senate or the representative to pass a budget before those things can be done. I'm a young girl. I need every good thing around me. But I feel this is necessary because I want to be recognized tomorrow.
You know, someone may just call you and said, you're getting too strong in Liberia, you need to calm down.
Oh, no. Don't go there, because I have been receiving those threats before. Okay. Somebody else told me, you should be careful those guys. But Mr. Moloba, I want to ask you, who make those guys? You and myself make those guys. They said, be careful those guys that don't like to hear the truth. And I was like, we make those girls. And we make those guys. I'm not afraid of the government, because I make the government with my voter card. Without our voter card, without our power, there will never be a government. I'm not afraid of them. Even the president, I challenge him now and I challenge him tomorrow. He can be my uncle. He can be my father. I will just tell you that I'm not afraid, because the right thing should be done. We know what's circulating around here right now. We know what's unfolding. But I don't give a hank about that. They will settle their own differences in their crossing. But I will stand with the Liberian people, and this is the reason why I'm saying, whosoever have the passion and the vision to be a help to the Liberian people, not even the government, because we make the government, they are welcome. We can work together, but the right thing should be done.
Thank you. So finally, on the security, on the police issue, you spoke about the low budgetary allotment to the Liberian National Police.
Yeah.
Some of the reasons you see them in the street is because the budget is low.
Very low.
So what is the recommendation of the government? Budget going to be coming back here again this coming December? They're going to be able to pass budget or stuff like that. What are you going to tell them?
Mr. Maloba, this budget have been passing for so many years. Not only in this government. I was very small when I worked in a government during the past regime. I worked at the Ministry of Commerce and Industries in partnership with Western Africa and the UN Women. There were some projects that I undertook during that time. I was the smallest at the Ministry of Commerce. Ministry of Commerce and Chambers and Division of Standards. You know, I'm the kind of person that I'm poker, because that's where I learn my stuff. So when I'm into something, I love to get in it because I want to learn. I don't want you to teach me, but I want to learn it on my own. When I was with the Ministry of Commerce under Miata Benslow, and later Alex N. Ade, and the late Minister Sieger, Due to my performance, I even served as a consultant at the Ministry of Commerce on those projects. I still have a letter that Minister Sega recommended to me to work anywhere and other things. But you know, in a Liberian setting, it has been who know you. And this is the reason why I decided to be my own boss. I decided to be my own boss.
And you are your own boss.
And I'm my own boss. I don't report to anybody. This is my younger sister and she's my manager. When I'm in and when I'm out, she manages all my staff. So at the end of the day, I don't have to work for anybody. If I'm to work for anybody, people won't like me. Because I won't condone those clandestine and other things, because we all need to help to build the Bureau. And I will tell you for sure.
Great. So let's get to the next talking point. I'm told you also engage in the rice farming. To be specific, you are agriculture, right?
Agriculture, yes.
Agriculture as a whole.
Yes, yeah.
You are in Bon and Lofa.
Bon and Lofa, yes.
Can you do a road of your agriculture project?
Yes, I came up with this, which was last year. You know, everything have been like frustrating looking at the economy currently in Liberia. Because for those people who are fond of deceiving us, they always say that you know Russia invade Ukraine, they saw the whole world kind of like facing those challenges. And I will tell you that we are our own problem. And moreover, the government, because they have refused to emphasize on agriculture. They have refused to focus in agriculture. Those countries you see they are successful today, it's because they involved in agriculture and they have invested in agriculture, which is the only source to boost the economy in a country. But if you sit and depend on importation of our own staple food in a country, think about those millions of dollars you are investing in other people just to be able to have food in your home. Why can't you be your own farm? Okay, like for example, other countries, they use the prisoners. Other government that I know, they take those prisoners, put them into agriculture to do farming. And the other people too, like we have our brothers and sisters on the street. It's very easy. Those people are out of job. Instead of being on the street taking those substances and other things, the government can come up with a project back to the soil. And that could be a help to boost the economy. They don't have to only depend on lobby around. They don't have to depend on printing of money and other things. No. They don't have to. Invest in agriculture and your economy will be boosted. Agriculture. I bought a place in Bon County, about 20 acres. These are some of my project proposals for the farming. And not only this, even in Lofa, where if you can see, I have plantain edos, coconut, and cocoa. If you can see where this proposal was going to, if you can check it, you see where the proposal is going to? Because these are the people I feel that they could be more knowledgeable to be involved into agriculture. Not only this, I have another one here. Because those are the people. Those are the people. You see the other one? You see the people I wrote this proposal to for the farm. And look at the date. And this farm proposal is for Lufa because I've been done with Bon County. Not only that, my brother, I have another one here because those are the people. Okay, this is another one, as you can see. And just look at the date when these proposals were sent.
July 28, July 18.
Yes. And I have some for some time ago, which was the proposal for Bon County. I've been done with that, and this is for Lufa. So imagine if we actually invest into agriculture, and right now it's very easy because you can't say that I planted the crops and they didn't grow. It's very easy for now. We have soil that can be tested. The only thing you need to do is that go and take the soil, and the soil can be tested, and they will tell you the kind of crop which can grow on your farm or on the kind of soil that you have. Not only that, people have modified everything. Instead of doing a hard labor to do agriculture, we have machines that can make the work easy. So if the government actually could actually be involved into agriculture, and we also create jobs for the youth and the young people.
So where are you now with your project in those two countries? What are you doing? What are you doing in Bon? What are you doing in Lofa?
In Bon County, doing planting, I'm doing aloes and rice. Then,
Currently?
Yeah. Then in Lofa County.
Which part of Bon?
In Belefane.
Okay.
Then in Lofa County is Warmed. Okay. And I'm involved in planting aloes, coconut, and cocoa, which is for Lofa County. Because I believe these are things that we consume on a daily basis.
And how far, how are people receiving you there?
Yeah.
The locals, other people that
you know, the only problem I face with, I don't speak even the Pele. I don't speak the Pele because it's like my mind have been so occupied to other national language. In Lufa Kante, I don't speak the Loma. Okay. Yeah, so, but they are also happy because it has created job for them. Yeah, some job opportunity. Those who only used to be seated at home and other things, it has created job opportunities.
Do you pay them with the work?
Yeah, not really actually like paying them, but most of them, they are volunteer.
Okay.
They have volunteer, they want to see it happening, you know, it's a new beginning. So those challenges and other things, it has been a little bit tough.
What do you intend to do with the proceeds? They produce from the farm.
I know, but what I intend to do is to bring it on the market and sell it and do the replant. Like for instance, we are crying of rice. Rice price is going up and other things. I have my colleagues in East Africa and South Africa, where it comes to the seeding of those crops. There are other crops that grow here, but we don't go by the right procedure. So I have discussed with them, even with Oxfam in Kenya, where they have to provide the seedings, like for the rice. Then I'll bring it to do the plant here. When it grows, that's fine. And we say that we don't eat the country rice. We are used to the rice we import from outside the country. And which is just simple strategy is that the government could go to those countries they import the rice from, like Taiwan, China, have the seedings, bring them here, and try maybe on 1 acre or 2 acre. If that is fruitful, then they can be able to produce more because rice is our staple food. And that's what's happening to Ghana, Nigeria, and other things. Those people are growing their staple food. Even in southern region, I've visited Kenya because I speak Swahili and I speak Swahili. So it's like most often at the airport in Kenya, I make them to understand that I'm a Kenyan. And of which I'm not, because I have the advantage, I speak the languages and I know most of the places in Kenya. So it's very easy. The government have to get involved into agriculture. It will help to boost the economy.
All right. So you also talk about the security sector as a whole. You have some concern
about the security.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is that concern?
My concern about the security is that the government have not actually been focusing in security. Okay. The government have to increase the salary for the security or the envelope for the security for them to be able to do the Liberian people job. My brother is just like you are in a house with your father and your father is not treating you good. Do you think you have the passion and the heart to protect your father or do the piece of job for your father? No. The government have to focus on security because we are vulnerable. Let them be able to increase the envelope for the security and provide those necessary equipment that are needed for the security. That's the only way this country will be set up. We have a lot of crime and there's no security. Because the people too have to struggle. This gun time independence in Bukana, those guys needed to go and have the patrol. They had a car, no fuel. Not only in Bukana, I have some of my colleagues in Pinsville. I visited the police station where they don't have a paper, stationery. They don't have a paper. And I also promised that I was going to at least find means of gathering some stationaries for them. And I also emphasized that when I had a meeting with the IG at the Central Police. And he admitted, and not only the police, most of the government entities, they don't have stationaries. What's going on? What's happening?
Wow.
Yeah, so it's quite challenging. The securities need to be taken care of.
What is the danger? What is the danger if the security is not taken care of? What is the danger if the security man doesn't have the fat salary? I mean, what is the danger if the security man is not being paid properly, is not being recognized?
My brother, let me come in just summarize on that. I don't want to take most of the time. A country without security is not a country.
What?
A country without security, it's not a country, but it's a home. I can have my house, I don't have security, but not a nation. We have people coming from different communities and environment. People learn things differently and act out there differently. The only time this can be able to set up is the government coming in to provide those necessary equipment that those securities need to be used while they carry on their duties or operation. Then the next one, the government need to check the securities, retrain them, and make sure that they have a good and fat salary. Sometimes I feel shame when I see even the president using those police behind them. They are not neatly attired. He's well dressed up, and the police, they are just behind him looking somehow at other things. Sometimes I'm like, hey, what are we doing? Not only him, even Minister Twe. Minister Twe used the ERU, the PSU. They are not neatly attired. Not only because you want to use those people with you for your own protection. What become of your citizen you claim that you love? What become of your country? Those people need to be taken care of. Once those people are taken care of, I mean, I'm not saying that we will be crime-free, but the crime will minimize. The crimes will minimize once those people are taken care of, their envelope, the equipment or tools they're supposed to use for their, duty, performance, and other things. You will see those things. We need to have a plan. We need to set up a plan. This government, I will tell you for sure, they have great plans. But what has been lacking is the implementation.
What is responsible for that?
What? Yeah, it's because I don't want to say the government don't care. It's because we don't care, because we make the government. Without us, there will be no government. The same way other people, they have been telling me, be careful with those guys. And my response to them has been, we make those guys. Without us, those guys won't be there. So I won't be afraid of them.
All right, so to conclude, in your concluding statement,
Yeah.
I'd just like for you to roll over the three things you talk about, starting with the police, the uniform stuff, and then the agriculture project. And when you were talking about the police, you talk about the legislature in brief. So,
Yeah.
just in a few sentences, just do a roll or that you talk so that we can conclude this.
I spoke on the police, the assisting to the police. In assisting them with the uniforms, which is, I'm talking about the whole country, entire police, 4,950 manpower in the police force, which is including the ERU, PSU. They are including they are inclusive in a 4,950 manpower. And I also want to call other people who may have the same vision. We have people that all have the money, but they don't have that vision to do that. I don't want this to only be the beginning and be the end. Those who feel like they can be a help to the Liberian National Police, they can go ahead and be able to help our police, because we are under those people. Those people are our umbrella. And I heard somebody was saying that they don't trust our own police. How will you trust your own police when the people are not well taken care of? They won't take care of you. Once those people are taken care of, they will take care of you, because they are responsible to take care of you and myself and the properties of ours. So I'm calling on those people who have the passion. They can go ahead and be a help to the Liberian National Police. And also I'm urging the government, and I'm challenging the government, especially the president, because he's the head of the government, to focus in agriculture. It will help him to boost the economy. Do you know how many Liberians are crossing the border on a daily basis because of hunger? And I also want to tell the Liberian people to stand strong no matter where we are and other things. We have our own power, and we have the right to the government. The last time, just imagine, I told a friend of mine that, don't you think it's necessary for the president to go around, which is the county or the country, to listen to the commoners or to listen to the cry of the Liberian people and what they are going through. Do you know what he told me? Shasha. So you want for the president to go door to door to be asking people the challenges the first way? I said no. The president don't have to go door to door. Go in the very communities. Let people speak. You know, the problem I have is that the president have a few bunch of people around him, and they are tarnishing him out there, and of which we know that the president has a passion for the country. But his surrounding is dirty. I will tell you today for free, and I will tell you tomorrow for free.
It's alarming. It's dirty.
It's dirty. His surrounding is dirty, meaning those people who are around him, my friend. Those people who are around the president, they are not helping him. President George, we are the people who are around him, they are not helping him. I know the passion he has for the country, but those praise singers, we have seditions, we have other partisans, we have Weanese. I will say those Weanese, they are not doing him justice because they are only praise singers. Only glory, I'm also a praise singer. I can also mobilize more choirs to join me as a praise singer. But why will it benefit the other people? My major focus there will be those who are surrounded by me. But with my own description, I can work it on my own to see that I do the best thing for the Liberian people. People are hungry. People are sleeping on less than $2 or $1 on a daily basis. Only few handful of people are actually benefiting or are actually having the country run. And it's not supposed to be in that way. We cry for electricity, we cry from road connectivity. Look at the Farmerton water. If we actually had a passion for this country, what do you call the Farmerton water, a hydro can be built there to be able to provide electricity to the airport and even along the Robertsfield Highway. A mini hydro can be built there. But who will do it? Who will take the lead? Because the first thing is that everybody are kind of like thinking about their pocket. They are packing. Mr. Moloba, I don't want to take time here, man. Because I will just be talking, you know, when you are ahead, you want to vomit everything. And it won't only be today because I have a lot to say. And even the representative, the senator, I will make them shame. I think I just told you about the microphones. Just hold on. Let me show you. I did that on my own. 1,050 pieces of microphone to be provided to the parliament. Can you imagine?
It's not in the black, let me tell you.
What is this? You see the invoice for the microphone. I will show you the picture of the microphone. It's not even showing clear here. This is how it should be. You see the number from there? China. Just $8,000 for 150 pieces of microphone to be in a pyramid.
Are you going to buy that?
Yes. And the invoice has already been sent to me. Okay. You can see here the invoice. This is the microphone, the one that is being attached. You see there? You see the microphone? I want to zoom the total of everything.
I'm going to get the soft copy.
You see the figure? You see the figure there? For everything. Look at the figure there.
Yeah.
Mr. Moloba, these guys are joking, man.
So if we continue, we'll not end this interview. So
we won because I'm angry. The anger is in me. I will speak from now to tomorrow. I told you last night I didn't sleep because I had to work to be able to communicate with my business partners in China to make sure that we have everything on course. And due to the time difference, when it's 2:00 a.m. here, it's about 10 o'clock in China because they are 8 hours ahead of us. So more often it's like I don't sleep at night. I have to keep at work to be able to catch up with them in the morning hour. Because if I sleep up to 8 o'clock, it will be around maybe 4, 5, 6 o'clock in China. And at that time, they will be off their factories. These guys are taking money to carry it for, how do you say, how should I call it?
Construction break?
Not only that, also district project, whatsoever project. So if each of these lawmakers could just provide $50, $50 to have your own microphone, set up the whole pyramid and other things. See what's happening in South Africa here, Mr. Moloba. You know, if I start talking here, this is the pyramid of South Africa. You see how it's well set up. This is the pyramid of South Africa. See how the pyramid look like. And it's right in Africa. This is Julius Malema from South Africa. These people, they laugh at us for Julius Malema. I communicate with him more frequent. They laugh at us when they see us showing our pyramid, where we have one microphone. If you want to speak, I'm true, then I pass it over.
We even did that during the heat of the Ebola.
Oh, sure, which is risky.
The COVID-19 rather.
In these modern days, this modern world technology have taken over. That's why I'm saying that I will make them shame.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Her name is Shasha Eunice Gayflor. She is a Liberian entrepreneur, a Liberian citizen. She's been here speaking with Focus on Liberia online television based in Atlanta, Georgia. My name is Springs B. Moba. I've been speaking with her. Now, of course, she promised to provide uniforms for 4,000 plus men and women in the Liberian National Police. She also she embarked on an agriculture project in Bon and Lofa counties. She also promised to buy 150 pieces of microphone for members of the parliament. Yeah. She felt shamed when she saw that one member will use a microphone and pass it over to another. Yeah. And so she's been speaking with me once again. My name is Springs Moba. Thanks for watching. This is Focus on Liberia. Bye-bye for now.